Everyone says discipline is hard. You hear it everywhere, on podcasts, on YouTube, from people who never actually built it. They say you need insane willpower. They say only rare people have it, the special ones, the 5 a.m. warriors, the ultra-productive machines. And the rest of us? Apparently, we're just not built for it. But let me tell you something most people completely misunderstand. Discipline is not that hard. In fact, for most people, it's much easier than they think. And the real reason you struggle with it? It's probably not laziness. It's not lack of talent. And it's definitely not because you're not disciplined enough. The real reason is much simpler. And once you see it, you'll never think about discipline the same way again. Most people have the wrong idea about discipline. They imagine suffering, constant struggle, forcing yourself to do things you hate every single day. Wake up at 5 a.m., drag yourself to the gym, work until your brain melts, repeat again and again and again. But let's be honest for a second. That's not discipline. That's torture with a schedule, and torture doesn't last. Nobody can rely on pain forever. So if discipline isn't constant suffering, what is it? Here's the truth most people miss. Real discipline is actually much simpler. Discipline is not about forcing yourself. It's about removing decisions. Let that sink in for a second. Because every time you stop and ask yourself, should I do this today? Your brain immediately starts searching for the easiest option. Not the best option. Not the one that improves your life. The easiest one. And guess what the easiest option usually looks like? Scrolling. Just 5 minutes. Sleeping a little longer. Tomorrow will be better. Avoiding the hard thing. Now's not the right time. And before you even realize it, another day disappears. No progress, no improvement, just comfort. And comfort, repeated long enough, quietly builds an average life. Here's the real reason discipline feels so difficult. It's not because the work is impossible. It's because you turn every small action into a debate. Every single day. Should I go to the gym today? Maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'm too tired. Maybe today should be a rest day. Maybe I deserve a break. Sound familiar? What should have been a 5-second decision turns into a 30-minute argument inside your head. And the funny part? Your brain is incredibly good at winning that argument. It will find reasons, excuses, perfectly logical explanations. Why today just isn't the right day. But disciplined people don't play that game. They don't negotiate with themselves because the decision was made a long time ago. Gym day? They go. No speech, no motivation video, no inner debate. Just shoes on, door closed, gym. Work time? They work. Not because they feel amazing, not because they're inspired, because that's simply what happens at that time. No debate, no drama, no emotional conversation with themselves, just action. And that one difference changes everything. Let's look at something simple, something you already do every single day, brushing your teeth. Think about it. Do you need motivation to do it? Do you watch a YouTube video first? Do you sit on the bed thinking, should I brush my teeth today? Of course not. You don't debate it. You don't analyze it. You just walk to the bathroom, pick up the toothbrush, and do it. Automatically. Why? Because in your mind, it's not optional. It's non-negotiable. You don't brush your teeth because you're motivated. You brush them because that's what people do. And discipline works the exact same way. The moment something becomes non-negotiable, your brain stops resisting it. It stops negotiating. It stops searching for excuses. And suddenly, the thing that once felt difficult starts to feel normal, then routine, then automatic. And that's the moment discipline stops feeling like effort and starts becoming part of who you are. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't actually lack discipline. That's not the real problem. The real problem is much simpler. They lack rules. Look at how most people structure their lives. Everything is optional. I'll work out if I feel like it. I'll work if I'm motivated. I'll start tomorrow. I'll be serious next week. But that's not a strategy. That's not even a plan. That's a perfect system for staying average. Because when everything is optional, comfort always wins, every time. High performers live differently. Not because they're superhuman, not because they have more motivation, because they remove the options. They create rules, clear ones, simple ones. Gym is not optional. Work is not optional. Learning is not optional. Improvement is not optional. And something strange happens when you start living like that. Your brain stops negotiating. It stops searching for excuses because the decision was already made. Not today, not this morning, but long before the moment of resistance appears. And when the decision is already made, action becomes simple. Now here's the mindset shift that changes everything. A small change, but incredibly powerful. Stop asking yourself this question. Do I feel like it today? That question destroys discipline because feelings change every single day. Some days you feel motivated, some days you feel tired, some days you feel unstoppable, and some days you feel like doing absolutely nothing. If your actions depend on feelings, your progress will always be unstable. So replace the question. Instead of asking, do I feel like it? Ask something much stronger. Is this what I do? Because disciplined people don't rely on motivation. They rely on identity. They build a story about who they are. I'm the type of person who trains. I'm the type of person who finishes what they start. I'm the type of person who does the work, even when it's boring. Notice the difference. It's no longer about effort. It's about identity. And once that identity becomes real, something powerful happens. Discipline stops feeling like force. It stops feeling like pressure. It becomes normal behavior, just another part of who you are. So if you've been thinking discipline is impossible, you've been looking at it the wrong way. Discipline is not about being superhuman. It's not about having endless motivation. And it's definitely not about suffering every day. It's much simpler than that. Discipline is about removing the option to quit. No debates, no endless thinking, no emotional negotiations with yourself. Just rules, simple ones, clear ones. Follow them long enough, and something incredible happens. The actions that once felt difficult become routine. The routine becomes your lifestyle, and the lifestyle builds the life most people only talk about. The truth is this: most people are waiting for motivation, but the people who win, they're not waiting. They're already moving. And if you start living by rules instead of feelings, one day you'll wake up and realize something surprising. Discipline was never the hard part. Deciding who you are was.